How to start farming. You rent a fence using your CP. You can search for a fence in the Find NPC, and you will find designated NPC for each type of the fence. I will use the strong fence. Chat with the NPC then rent. Then look for a place where you want to put your fence. Right-click on the fence. Then select a place to put your fence. Now interact with your fence to plant your seed. Left-click on the seed, then put it in your fence, then confirm. You cannot move the seed once planted. It will be gone if you move it. You just wait for it to become 100% to harvest. And that's it, you are now farming. Continue watching this video if you want to know more about farming. Farming fences is the most important thing in farming like skill. There are 5 kinds of fencing: strong fence, old moon fence, plain fence, small fence, and shabby fence. If you are into farming and you have a lot of CP to invest, you can go with a strong fence. Once you reach Master 1, you can transition to the old moon fence. It takes up less room than a strong fence, and still gives the same amount of farming slots. By using this you use less water and fertilizer. You can obtain this by visiting an old moon manager. For the strong fence you can obtain it from the material vendor of Calphian, Median and Serenia. CP-wise, smaller fences are more efficient, give more slots per CP. But the problem is that you can only have 10 fences in total. Even though you have assorted fences. Shabby fence is the free option. It doesn't cost any CP. It is a reward from the quest because I like you. It can only be done once per character, so for each shabby fence you are doing it to your other alt character. Maximum of 10 only. Farming seeds. There are 5 types of seeds: normal, high quality, special, magical, and mysterious. Mysterious seed is a very special seed. Obtaining it is different from the other type of the seed. You can get this at a very rare chance from harvesting, breeding, and pruning. You cannot reproduce this by breeding. For the other 4 types of the seed, harvesting them gives a different yield. Normal crops yield 60 to 80, high quality yield 40 to 60, special yield 20 to 40, and magical yield 5 times the special seed, an additional 15% to 25% more crops. You can purchase seeds from the seed vendor. Here are all the seed vendors in Black Desert Online. Most of the seed vendors only sell withered seeds, but these can be bred into a normal quality seed eventually. There is also a very low chance of getting a seed by just gathering in any fruit trees, shrubs, thickets, dry thickets, and bushes. You can also buy seed in the central market except magical seeds. Magical seeds take up 5 times the farm slots. Example: normal, high quality and special strawberry seed takes 1 farm slot only, but magical strawberry seed takes 5 farm slots. Magical seeds require artisan 1 farming skill. There are also some seeds that take 2, 4 and 5 grids, even though it is not a magical seed. Read the description of the seed to know how many grids it requires. You can also farm milk and egg on the farm. Haystacks can be placed on your farm to feed cows. They take up 4 grid spaces in the garden, but once a cow is fully grown, they can be harvested for milk, beef and ox hide. Haystacks are obtainable by going to the processing window, then selecting drying to dry 50 weeds. There are 2 additional grades of haystacks, high quality and special. These are obtainable when harvesting a haystack. Chicken feed can be placed on your farm to feed chickens. They take up 3 grid spaces in the garden, but once a chicken is fully grown, they can be harvested for chicken meat and eggs. Chicken feed is obtainable by going to the processing window, then selecting grinding to grind 20 rough stone and 100 barley. Mushroom seed's name is Haifa. So if you are looking for a mushroom seed, search for Haifa. There are also rare mole spawns. You can obtain mole's feed at a low chance from harvesting or plant breeding. Magical and mysterious seeds have a higher chance to get mole's feed. There are 4 types of mole that may appear: mole, slowpoke mole, pudgy mole and giant mole. If one mole has already appeared, and you acquire another mole's feed, this will not spawn an additional mole. Here is a list of the loot that you can get on each mole type. Farm placement. I would personally recommend placing your farm in Velia, if possible due to its convenience and high groundwater value. Heidel and Calpheon are also good locations for most crops. If you're looking for the lowest possible growing time, you will want to place the farm in the best spot for a particular crop. Different crops need different temperatures and humidity. You can check a specific crop's information by planting the seed, then pressing R next to it to view its information. You will want to place your farms as close to each other as possible. You can use less fertilizer or water if your farms are placed correctly. Using fertilizer and water has an area of effect. You don't need to use one fertilizer or water on each fence, you just need to be at the right place. Once the crops are already 100%, you can now harvest or breed. Breeding the crops gives you 1 to 3 seeds of the same quality or higher. If the growth is at 200% or the crop is rotted, it will not affect how many seeds you can get. You can also get fruits by breeding certain crops. Pruning or killing insects. If your farm needs tending to due to insects or pruning, the farming icon on your world map will turn red to indicate this. Insects and pruning will double the amount of time it takes for your crop to grow if it is left untreated. Fertilizer can decrease the amount of time it takes your crops to grow by 20% for up to 1 hour. There are 3 levels of fertilizer which can boost your crops: inorganic fertilizer, byproduct fertilizer and organic fertilizer. You can craft inorganic fertilizer by drying 5 grains. For byproduct fertilizer, shake 3 inorganic fertilizer and 2 leavening agent. For organic fertilizer, shake 1 byproduct fertilizer and 2 distilled water. You can also use 2 purified water or 3 river, sea, turbid or clean water. Watering your crops can increase the water deposit on your farm for up to 1 hour, and reduce the rate at which the moisture will decrease. You can use 4 different types of water: purified water, distilled water, mineral water and bag of muddy water. You can use your workers to tend to your farms. They will prune weeds and remove bugs until they run out of action points, but you can only have 1 worker on each farm at a time. Workers will not harvest or breed seeds for you, and you will not get any farming XP or shards. To set up your workers, left-click on the farm icon here, then click the list button next to your farm. You can then select which worker you would like to send to your farm. Workers do not have to be connected to the nearby nodes. You can use any worker which is available, but the worker will have to travel from where they are. The workers will store all items they obtained by tending at the town storage where they came from. Giant workers are the best type of workers to use for tending to your farm. This is because giant workers have more action points and will not need to be fed as often. They will usually be able to make it all the way through the growth of the plant without needing to be fed. So I think that's all for now. Thank you for watching.